So it seemed like you were going to lead the dance with some issues with the judges instead of talking about Cory Sandhagen versus Merab Dvalishvili.
Oh man, well there's a lot to talk about. But first of all, the judge that scored that fight for Chito Vera, I mean, it just doesn't get any I mean, how do you how do you look at that fight and think that guy won the fight is insane to me. And I'll tell you, the guy thinks he's going by the judging criteria, then change the fucking criteria, because I don't know what to say. That guy Sandhagen put on a beautiful, masterful performance, and to have to stand in the center of that octagon and the first card they read is that the other guy won is got to be so disturbing that I'm just glad, he's a grounded, nice kid, man, because what a great performance. And man, if you're listening, I had that like Salamato. I had a 50-45. If I wanted to be lenient, maybe 49-46, but I was kind of scoring the fight when, with Aljo, like on the phone, I go, dude, this is a shutout. Like, I don't know. I think Aljo wanted to give him one round after the first three, maybe. I forget. I have to go back and look, but I'm like, he's not doing anything. It's like the guy we were talking about in the gym, and the one theory is that the guy did so little in the first two rounds that the first time he did anything, he lands a 1-2. Right. Everybody's going crazy. Oh, yes. Jesus, look at it. What in the hell? I mean, how do you think that guy won the fight? And I'm not gonna go on another rant because I've been doing this for like 10 years. I'm getting sick of myself. But I think you got to start looking at the commissions now, because if you look at the commissions and who's judging for these commissions, I think you're gonna find something that will help you, maybe get to the bottom of the problem, because it's not even the judges now that have to be held accountable. It's the commissions that put these guys in there. And there's a lot, I'm not saying nepotism, but a lot of friendship stuff, which I get, man. I would do the same thing, I guess, but it's not going to the proper guy. It's going to the guy who they like, who they have a relationship with. I think you look into the commissions and who they're using all the time, you'll come up with a lot of good stuff.
I said to Kenny off the air before the show, I shouldn't even take this on the air, but I said, maybe I need to find a new sport. At times, I feel like with my issues with the criteria and how after these shows, it doesn't even become about the martial arts. It becomes about scoring and judging and criteria and misinterpretation and open to interpretation. And I agree with you. For Cory Sandhagen to even have to stand there and deal with that. Like if I'm Bruce Buffer, if I've been watching the fight and not fucking hobnobbing with everybody, if I've actually watched the fight, I probably take the liberty, even if I'm not supposed to do it, and read the 50-45 Sandhagen first, or the 49-46 Sandhagen first, just so he can understand that one person actually understood what the fuck they watched, Cory.
Yeah, and if I'm Bruce Buffer, you know what I do? I read the 48-47 for Sandhagen. I just go right above the guy. And who's going to say anything? That idiot's going to come out and say, I didn't score a fight like that. He's getting crucified. That's what I do.
What I got out of all of this is that Anik thinks that Bruce Buffer hobnobs during the fight. That's what I got out of
Brucey, listen, Kenny, Brucey's the best.
He is the best.
I'll never forget that time.
There's no one like him. There's no one like him.
We were in Australia. When we were hanging out like at the airport, he goes flying by us, like flying, and Kenny goes, Bruce loves Bruce.
Hey,
I did.
I'm just going to say.
No, he's a great guy, though. But he's look,
I'm
with you, John. I'm going to tell you something, John. I'm with you. It's when you get to the point where the sport that you absolutely love starts to make you question certain things and go, wow, it's like a lot of things. I just don't know why people aren't jumping on the bandwagon and doing something about it. I think that's where I get frustrated. I mean, there's just so many known characters that just shouldn't be around that nobody cares, I guess. I don't know, but that was pretty bad.
So Aljamain Sterling was standing next to Merab Dvalishvili, and you can read Aljo's lips just saying, that's perfect, right? The way all of this played out. Because Merab needs a dance partner at least right now. Even if Henry Cejudo beats your guy in 7-8 weeks, Cejudo's not going to turn around and fight Merab at 12 weeks thereafter, right?
Right.
Cory Sandhagen, Merab Dvalishvili as a main event just makes a ton of sense as a true title eliminator. And based upon what we saw this weekend, what's your appetite for for cornering against Cory Sandhagen again.
Well, first off, if you notice, those guys just came from an audition for the Mod Squad. They're trying out. They're doing a Mod Squad 3. I don't know what I was even looking at, but I thought it was hilarious. Man, great fight. And I always had Cory pegged as the guy like 4 or 5 years ago. Like, this guy, you got to watch out for. So much respect for Sandhagen. Love his attitude. Love his look on things. His outlook on things. I thought the call out was, appropriate, nice, and it'll be a great fight, man. That's all I could say. It'll be a great fight. Merab, you could see how to talk about being amped up. I mean, he's just happy somebody mentioned his name. I mean, it was great. I mean, that's
he's the only guy that's ever mentioned his name. I mean, there's no one who calls
like organic and sincere. He was like, holy shit, man, you got to be, let's go. I think he would have did it like, you're talking about tomorrow, we jump in there, but what a great fight that would be. What I love about that fight is, he spars Aljo all the time. If anybody has similar movement and attributes like Sandhagen has, it's Aljo. So it's not something he's going to be unused to. I thought the Jan fight was going to be tougher because he's such a Terminator coming forward and he hits hard. I think Cory did what he had to do. I really thought he just fought beautifully. I can't say enough about that, but I don't know if he'll be able to hurt Merab, and I think that's going to be the difference in the fight. He kind of pity-pats for his style. Still great. He still can land some big shots, but, Merab, you got to really get him out of there. And, man, what an exciting fight.
I just love that Merab Dvalishvili is the name on the tip of somebody's tongue, and he's done it all organically, all the right way. And I'm not going to go down the road of his 0-2 UFC start again, right? But you can be sure after he beats Petr Yan, Dennis Bazooka and some of his other teammates are like, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get into it, but you should be fucking 11-0 in the UFC. And he probably should have his flowers and might even have a belt by now if his teammate wasn't the champion. So, yes, hungry doesn't even begin to describe it. He's a credit to his nation, to the sport, to your gym. And it's just great to see him start to get his flowers.
And John, as we move on, I mean, I'm just so happy.
Longo blackout.
Oh, so that was I'm so happy the way they're handling their friendship. I really am. I think it just, speaks volumes. And I think as time goes on, people will really appreciate what they did and how they held their ground. And they're both going to do great. They're going to get what they want. They're already, I think what people don't realize, if it ended tomorrow, they're both really happy, satisfied, grateful. And that's a great position to be in, because then you can't be bought. You know what I mean? It's not like you're coming up and blah, blah, blah. These guys are really just in a great spot. They're having a great time. And, now Merab's confidence is, I thought it was crazy before this. After the Jan fight, you could see he's got a little different swagger. He's got the sunglasses on. Again, he came from humble beginnings, from nothing. He's at the big show. He's enjoying himself. This is the American dream. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah. They both are going to have financial freedom, and hopefully they take care of their chief corner, Ray Longo.
Without those guys, I've got no complaints with either of them. They do. Oh,
sounds like some other guys don't pay you though, huh? That's fucked up.
Everybody does the right thing. I got great. Look, I've been blessed with really, really great guys. Starting with Sarah. Not a complaint out of me in the world. I'm just in the spot they're in. I'm grateful for everything I have, and if it stopped tomorrow, I'm fine, and it's all good. So.